So what we have on the channel today is a really cool piece. It's a 1969 Browning High Power. I have the serial number taped off because we don't show serial numbers on this channel, and it's not relevant anyway. So it's just a very cool piece. If we look a little bit closer here, you can see that it's got the balloon proof mark on the barrel. You kind of see that a lot on the older stuff. Not so much on my personal Browning High Power, but it just has a really nice rich bluing on here. It's got penny sights, real similar to an old school 1911. Really not much to speak of. Very 1911 like. This thing is in really good condition. So it's hard to zoom in the right light here to see what it says on the slide, but it's made in Belgium. The magazine disconnect, I'm sure, is still in place on this Browning High Power, as it's a mint safe queen, and we've never tried to dry fire it or anything like that because he wants to keep it, in good condition. Whereas my Browning High Power is a shooter grade Browning High Power, made in Belgium, assembled in Portugal. And as you know, when you remove the magazine disconnect on these things, it makes for a better trigger pull. So we're going to show my Browning High Power above, and we're going to show the similarities or differences. The bluing on the 1969 is very, very rich, a lot richer than my personal Browning High Power shown here above. It was a lot different process than back then, but let's look at the, as you can tell, the grip panels are a lot darker on my Browning High Power than on the 1969 one. But let's look at the similarities and the differences. So there's a spur hammer on my 94 Browning High Power. The sights are different. Mine has an ambidextrous safety, which you can see on the 1969 is not present. Mine has the roll mark on the side that says made in Portugal, assembled in Belgium, made in Portugal. And my 94, it's a little bit more beaten up. You can see more wear on there, and it says the lettering is a little bit different than on the 1969 Browning High Power. I would personally like to have the gun videoed below, but again, not mine. Everything else is pretty similar, with the exception of the sights and the ring hammer on the 1969. Just a really, really cool piece. Not a whole lot of differences, just a few subtle ones, mainly the sights. The other cool thing about this Browning High Power is the person that owns this firearm, obviously it's not mine, it came with the original Browning bag. Somebody's, had under a bed for, 60 years. But yeah, really cool.